right, we are live. All right, let's turn on the cameras. Let's be social. All right, Rupesh, we're all yours. Happy Friday.
Just give me a second.
There's a bunch of folks that can't make it today.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. You sound good.
Thank you. Okay. So everyone will have a 2 minutes to talk about what they have gone throughout the week and what they're working on, and let us know if you have any blockers, if you need any help. Yeah, let's start with Ambuj.
Hey guys, this week I was focusing on testing my CAG. It was working fine earlier this week. Just for the last 1 or 2 days, I'm having a bug. And even right now, somehow it logs on to my computer. I'm not sure why others are not able to log in. I'll try to look into that. And one more thing, the PDF files, the LLMs are not able to read the PDF files. So,
It sounds like a pretty big block. Sounds like a pretty big blocker.
So I was using like OCR scripts, but I don't think it's going to be quite efficient because sometimes, they mess up the orientation of text and numbers.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
we found other resources that have experience with PDF to Markdown, specifically using the Microsoft kernel library, and so I think we have that problem pretty much solved.
Okay, we have it solved. So who should I connect on that with?
Go through Madi. Madi's working with the
Okay, sure.
the resources.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, Ambuj. And Avi, you're the next.
I'm working on circulating our investor materials, starting to do like social media posts, thought leadership posts, and then trying to push our deals into later stages. We have a meeting with Priceline today. By the way, I don't like Friday afternoon meetings. That is like not the time slot for me to have meetings. Yeah, and then the thing I'm trying to socialize most is the difference between like now that there are a handful of folks working on language model synthetic users, I'm trying to focus on kind of what Subodh was talking about on Wednesday, where if you ask a language model or a person what it will do, it will reliably lie. Lie is not the right word. It will reliably tell you something that is not true. Whereas if you observe the behavior, if you observe the choices, then you can get a true sense of what they actually will do. And so asking someone what they will do and then observing what they do are very different. And everyone else is just taking a language model and asking, what's your preference? And then trusting the result. And my point is this: the same way that humans are not trustworthy when you ask them, why they buy a toothbrush, language models are also untrustworthy in the same way.
That should be a great podcast. That's great content. It is. That's what separates us from a bunch of teenagers. You know who I'm talking about.
Well, Pablo, you'd be proud of Avi Film's content this morning. First thing.
Stop it. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Content.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is a moment of pride here. Hold up. I feel like a proud parent who's gonna put, their progress report on the fridge kind of thing. That's how
Yeah,
I feel.
that's right.
Gold star.
Right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Avi. And Florian, it's your turn now.
Okay. So yeah, I this week I handed off. I finished. I wrapped up the work I was doing on the automated test for RStudio, and so handed that to Scientific and Linear to integrate it into the main branch. So again, it is not integrated in GitHub to run automatically, but it's still tests that we have to run manually, but allow us to run to determine if Void Camp is working as expected. So that's still a nice, if partial, safety net. Got started working on the work for the Dairy Alliance. So thanks, Subard, for your help with that. So yeah, that was really my week, which was nice. A little bit of programming, a little bit of more client-facing work, and the working on the Dairy Alliance and other similar things will be my focus for the next week. But yeah, and talking of Friday afternoon meeting, if anybody can give me half an hour to walk me through weight and biases, or like that would be very much welcome if you want an easy half hour, easy meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Florian. And Lucy.
Hi everyone. Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day. And yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, but like on Wednesday afternoon, I worked with Linnea on some suggestions on our marketing simulation tab. And then yesterday I was primarily working on our LinkedIn strategy, and I put up a slide, and I wanted to show Avi this morning, but we didn't get time. So I wonder, Avi, if you have like 5 minutes after stand up, I can show you the strategy. Yeah.
You can show us as a
And
demo.
okay, that works too. Yeah, I'll show as a demo at the end. Yeah, that's it for me right now.
Thank you. And Marty, it's your turn.
All right. Happy Friday, everyone. So mostly I worked on the preparing the application to release, but we are not yet there. And also reviewing the PR, so they don't get in the PR queue a lot. So I was working on these two main things. Part of the making the application ready, it was working some of the population, and also on the survey prompt enhancement with Subot, which Subot will explain later. So that is from my side.
Okay. And Mia.
Hi everyone. I've for the past like few days I've been working with Lucy a lot on our LinkedIn strategies, and as well as what we kind of decided and like what Pablo recommended was doing some PR notions, which is those like 19-year-old kids were doing, which was like they reached out to like the press, and that's how they got that election article out. So we want to do the same thing, but with like good like article pitches, not like wrong campaigns. So I formed a like mock-up pitch for like a PR, and I'm gathering like journalists basically that we can like reach out to, because it's a little tedious because you have to like target journalists like individually, but and then basically just like doing like PR outreach and getting like more public like attention, which will also help with our LinkedIn growth as well, like Lucy's, to get like more eyes on us. So that's what I have been working on. And then I think also like in Lucy's like demo, it'll be like shown on like her PowerPoint as well. That is from me at the moment. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And Pablo.
All right, guys, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Today, yeah, we have a meeting with Priceline. Been coordinating with Connor to have a plan of attack. We are going to be starting phase 1, which is replicating and viewing the results of their 2024 experiments, similar to Florin, what you're doing with DMI and the Dairy Alliance. Okay. And I am very bullish, and my biggest goal is to get paperwork in, close them today. I already made that clear to Connor, so I want to make sure that that goes through. Other thing is the fundraising war room. I look forward to those sessions. What's really exciting is I think I did a cleanup of the deal, the seed deal on Finta. So I think it's in good order. We just need to, turn on the switch. And then the next phase would be to start outreach campaigns, which I'm excited about. And I'm very hopeful, actually, and optimistic that we're going to get some good signs. Already, Cap Table Coalition has come back asking for more content, and I have a few friends like Tuesday Capital that we met with, Ethan, who wants more information. So those meetings will be coming in shortly, Avi. Of course, you'll be invited. So that is my biggest priority, but I'm excited for that. Of course, supporting the team, whether it's Florent or the marketing team or anything from my Random Ideas, and then getting back on the outreach front, and then finally getting Michael up to speed again. Let's immediately bias. There's no more waiting to action. It is a core requirement from every person in the team, and so we're excited about starting that. We also have 2 new, I think, people that we're trying to close on the enterprise account executive end. So we're in the final stages. Nick has confirmed. So we just got to do a send paperwork, and hopefully he starts early next week. Thank you, Avi, for really championing that and being of tremendous help. That's it. Sorry, guys. It was a bit verbose. There's probably a lot that I'm missing, going at 1,000 miles an hour, but it's exciting. Yeah.
Thank you, Pablo. Sarah, it's your turn.
I'm just supporting Avi this week with whatever he needs. For example, we filmed a video this morning. We have to send Mehul an offer. There's like a bunch of grants too. Yeah, there's like a whole host of things, but I think obviously the priority is fundraising. So yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah, let's get Alice to send Nick and Mehul offers today. Let's make sure that's ready to go.
Okay, I'll add Nick to the list.
Yeah. So both, it's your turn now.
Yeah, I think this week has been mostly about getting different PRs together and combining them so the whole thing can work. We are planning to have everything done by today so that we can show during the stand-up, but sadly it's not. There's still some bugs to be fixed. So either we'll give another 2-3 hours today. If not, then it will only be, I guess, Monday. But yeah, Monday before the stand-up, yeah, these things will be ready. So just in short, it will be a couple of PRs coming together, which essentially mean ability to add new traits, ability to select the population at more granular level, at least for the US, at least for the US, all the states. Rest of the world will work as it is, as it used to, and at least we'll have better prompts for the surveys, and there might be some way of getting our latent class more fine-tuned because of what Chin has done. So hopefully from Monday or Tuesday, Tata, we can try some experiments with that, and then we'll see how it performs in the meantime. I think this is pretty much at the moment.
The latent class is the motivations, effects, and attitudes?
No, not through that, but now at least we do ask, we do get as an output, what was the decision strategy used to answer the question? Was it compensatory, non-compensatory, or semi-compensatory? So if we divide those people into 3 groups and then look at the feature importance of different variables, we should technically see a quite clear distinction or difference.
Wow. Do you think
So so yeah, that's what
that's
I
a
hope.
paper?
Let's see.
That's a big learning.
So let's see if what LLM is again telling, is it
Right.
really being translated or coming through the math as well? So we will see that as well.
I will bet it is lying to you.
Which is also good. Let's see. But the reasons it writes are actually pretty sane. I mean, if you read the explanation that it's giving, why it used that, and then what are the features it used and why. Chin has shared some examples with me. The same thing for the attribute as well. He showed me some of the examples. So it's like age, like I'm just remembering 1 or 2. So it's like age was, I think, 24 or 25, and I think the context was like a choice of a car. So it's like I'm picking this one because it's cheap, because I'm still young. So which are pretty logical reasons. So let's see how all this translates into when we actually then try to do the math with it. If
Right.
it all pans out, then yeah, it's a good start.
I mean, Subodh, you just unlocked any qualitative study that someone could imagine.
Yeah. And now, so this is the thing, right? So now we are asking it, and then now we'll also ask it to actually use it. So like, okay, we will say use this strategy and then do the response. And then we'll also estimate and see whether or not the answers are in line with what we are asking it to do. So now we can sort of probe both ways.
Very cool. Very cool. Does anyone else want to take bets?
I'm not taking the other side of a bet against you, Avi.
I'm wrong all the time. All the time. It's just, you know, the question is what, how bad are my odds? Like I'll give 2-to-1 odds that it is lying about the method it's using.
I'm a horrible. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it it's a double-edged sword. So let's say we figure out across all LLMs it lies, then it's like, okay, might as well close the company because then can't use it.
Maybe, but I don't know if that's true because I think humans lie also, but I think there's still some value.
No, humans don't lie. Like you don't ask a human to use the strategy or anything. It just happens because our brains are wired that way, and it does come out when you actually estimate a model.
Right.
But if LLM is saying one thing, but it's doing one thing, and you cannot prove that through a math.
Well, but
So
I don't think so because, well, yes and if we see the LLM lying, that only proves that the LLM is not able to introspect about its own thought processes.
which is fine. I mean, then we contribute to totally different field, which is also fine.
Right. It's good. That's good. That's gonna be.
But then that literally means all the other companies who are just creating personas on a fly and saying this works does not work either.
Yes.
So that's the flip side of it as well.
Right. That's kind of what I'm hoping will be the case, right? So that whenever someone says I've tried a synthetic respondent, it didn't work, I can say yes, I know it didn't work. This is why it doesn't work. Using actual blinded experiments is how you avoid the problem of an overconfident LLM.
Yeah. So I think at least in 3 to 4 weeks we'll have enough experimentation, and then we should have some answers either way. Whatever way it goes.
I mean that lines up perfectly with the SampleCon conference in LA and the Marketing AI conference in San Francisco. Nice work, Subodh.
All right.
Excellent work.
All right. I'm done, Rupesh. Next time.
Thank you, Shubham. Satvik.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. So throughout this week the focus was making some changes to the market simulator to make it more easy to navigate. So I got some very good instructions and changes from Lucy, so I have implemented those, pushed them to dev. But now the focus will be the AMC graph completely. If I can group the changes, there will be two changes. The first will be the visualization, so we will change things in the graph itself. The second is more qualitative stuff. I'll try to get a very a descriptive prompt that will explain the results and answer the prompt, the why question at the same time. That's my focus for today.
I'm so excited for our new beautifully packaged AMCEs.
Thank you, Satvik. And Atish.
So I spent this week with debugging the population or validation pipeline, endpoint. Tried to explore some ways to make the validation endpoint faster. For little states, it's pretty fast. For big ones, I was looking at partitions, I think. And then I explored some of the multi-agent architectures in case we use that in the future. And yesterday I was sitting with Subodh to debug a bug. Yeah.
What about indexes? Did you try indexing every field?
Yeah. So we only pull by the state field right now. So I only index the state field because we load everything. So
try memory is cheap. The only cost of indexing is additional storage. There's no, and it's effectively zero. There's no cost in indexing on every field.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's entirely true, but my intuition is that that's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest cost is for states like New York compared to like Idaho. It's like 10 or 20x the amount of data to load. So
Are you still doing this thing where you like load up the data into Postgres every time you make a query?
no, it's
Okay.
loaded once, like when I run my script, and then when I pull, it's like 400,000 records versus like 40,000. So I think that's the difference in time to pull. Does that, I don't know, would that be a thing?
No, 400,000 records. Well, I don't know what time you're talking about, but 400,000 records is not a lot of records.
It's okay.
Um, what may be happening, like depending on how many fields you're pulling, like IOPS can be slow when using other people's hardware. So like maybe just transmitting that size of that data is slowing you down. But still, I can't imagine it's more than 10 or 20 megabytes. Shouldn't be that expensive either.
Okay. I mean, the difference is like 5 seconds versus like 1 second.
It's probably IOPS is my guess, but you can run a profiler.
Okay. Got it. That's all.
Also, I'm probably wrong.
We'll see.
It's Chintan.
Hey guys, happy Friday, happy Valentine's. So this week I worked on closing up a PR for the decision strategy extraction, and right now, like I said, I'm working on just confirming that the traits actually make a difference, that the LLMs are actually listening to and absorbing the details about the persona. And I conducted a few more tests. I just need to do some significance tests, and that's kind of what I'm working on.
What have you discovered so far?
I don't have any results yet. I just ran like 8 studies, and I mean, just based off of the values, I don't see like a pattern. Like I can't say for sure that it's going up or down. It's just I mean, for different metrics, I don't see anything uniform yet. But I also feel like we are kind of, with this approach, we're kind of, like we're doing what the reasoning models could do, but we're taking the typical LLM and we're trying to force it to think. And, like the whole discussion earlier about LLMs, lying, I feel like these will be more prone to lie because you're kind of forcing it to think about each trait and how it's going to use it. I feel like a reasoning model is more like pre-trained or trained to kind of listen to its own reasoning. So even if we kind of discover that these LLMs are not, listening to these traits, I still think we'll have better luck with the reasoning models.
Do you have the language model give the answer first and then reason about the answer, or reason first and then give the answer?
Reason first. But yeah, that's what I have. So.
Cool. Keep exploring.
Hardy.
Experiments, the AMC results are not coming through AI.
Are you loading the new AMCEs that Florian was running?
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. And you're overwriting. You're just blasting the old ones and overwriting everything with the ones Florian did.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. And do we have the ability to show like all 5 language models in the UI, or is it still only 1 or 2 at a time?
In the UI, we can show any trend. It's like how much for the experiments or run through any LLMs, we can show it in the UI.
Nice. So are got it. And so that's what you're going to turn into the leaderboard, the LLM leaderboard by domain? Or maybe that's something that Florian is doing.
I'm not sure about the leaderboard.
Yeah. The question is, once we have our replicated studies per language model, we can show which language model is most human per domain. And we only have 4 or 5 language models now. It's probably not very compelling, but at some point I think we want to publish that. Nice work, Hadi. That's very important. That's very important work.
I'll sit with you, Hadi, probably Monday, because now there are a couple of new fields that we also need to kind of show a lot on the graph. And I think for the leaderboard, it should be easy because all I guess we need to show is the Manhattan distance per study, and that is it. Whichever gives the highest is the closest to the human,
right?
Based on whatever we have done. So that should be very straightforward, actually.
Thank you, buddy. And Michael.
Yeah, thanks so much. So for me, it was a little bit of a chaotic week. One of my cousins on the East Coast attempted suicide, so I flew back to the East Coast to be with my family, and then flew back home only to realize that I was out without power for 3 days. So I've been doing a lot of work off my laptop, demo practice, as well as I've done enough lead prospecting in LinkedIn right now where I've probably enough people to contact from my low-hanging fruit network and secondary connections for like at least the next 2 or 3 months. So once Pablo and the team gets everything ironed up with Apollo, we should start to be building those automations on Monday latest, or even later this afternoon, as well as continue to run and work on the demo. But at least we'll start getting some repetitions out there, start throwing the ball, and start having conversations, because that's the most important part of sales. So next week is looking really exciting. I'm gonna take a very chill, relaxing Valentine's Day to myself here, but also restructure everything in my life so I can start getting in a consistent sales routine and a consistent routine going forward for the next couple of months. Because now I'm starving and needing to eat. So I'm living and dying with Subconscious, as the salesperson said. So next week I'll have a lot more exciting updates. And I know a few of you, I missed my one-on-one with you because of my family stuff. Let's feel free to just reschedule that. And anybody else that wants to meet one-on-one, I'm much more engaged. Just setting up a call or throwing something on my calendar, than randomly popping onto meetings. But I am trying to train my muscles to randomly jump in and participate. But just trying to reprogram my corporate mind. But other than that, excuse me, happy Friday. And yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Michael. And finally, it's my turn now. Happy Friday, everyone. Usually, I spend this week changing the API logic for fetching attributes and levels, and also the ability to add new traits for users. I'm also working on abilities to add attributes by the users from CSV files. We're also incorporating where users can rephrase their own attributes and levels. They can also
Well, one thing I noticed, Rupesh, is the attributes and levels that are getting generated for products is not coming through. Like,
So yeah, there is an API update now, where earlier we used to handle the attributes and levels separately for the products and for the, I mean, for the real world products. But now there's a single API which is handling everything, whether it is a real world product or not.
good, I like that. That's good consolidation. But I was still running into the issue where, like, typically you want the attribute levels to be as descriptive as possible. You want them to be quantified. You want the brands to be included. Price needs to be a certain way. And I was noticing that all of the, like, price and brand and super descriptive attribute levels were not coming through, even if it was a real world product in dev.
So I think you
It
can answer for this.
it should be, because we did revise how the price should be shown now. Rather than having like a point estimate, we did revert it back to a range-based estimate. Florian did that.
Okay.
Brand is brand. I mean, I guess the last thing we could do is now literally take that and pass it one more time to LLM, saying make it even more descriptive, because what Perplexity gives as a value, that's the best they can fetch and then report.
Well, the perplexity values were good, but now when we're getting back, it's like comfort, high, medium, low. Like high, medium, low comfort doesn't really mean anything.
But I think then that will not be from a product attribute endpoint. That will be more from a generic one.
Maybe.
The generic one, I mean,
Maybe.
I guess it has a bit of erratic behavior. Because sometimes it will generate really descriptive one. I mean, we have been forced as much as we could in terms of making it more descriptive. But I think even after that, if sometime it just does a bad job. But do send me probably share those links with me. I'll try, and then maybe there's something we can enforce probably in the prompt.
Yeah. Okay. Are we using Claude for that?
No, I think we reverted to GPT because at times we had some issues with the Claude. So we used the prompt that was designed for the Claude, but the LLM used is GPT. But at least it forces GPT to do all those thinking and calculations.
Right. I really liked the Claude responses. Whatever.
So maybe I mean then we put like a retry. So retry with Claude first 2-3 times, and if it fails, then revert back to GPT.
Maybe. Yeah. I wish there was some way. Maybe this is an open question to the group. If there's a way we can identify high quality attribute levels in the design of the experiment before running the experiment, that would, I think, solve a lot of problems for the group. So if anyone can think of a way to do that, it's been an open problem for a while.
So the Claude that we use is basically at the moment is through the GCP credit. Right, Maddie? Maddie is here.
Yes. Yeah, it's from GCP.
Maybe we buy API of the Claude and only for the attribute generation part. It will not be that expensive, and then see if it doesn't have a resource issues.
We have that already.
I don't think we have, but I think it's all through GCP, not like a separate page.
I think we have both. If not, it's trivial to set up, but I'm pretty sure we have both.
I'll check with Marty then, because maybe then we just buy one Claude one, especially for this attribute endpoint all the time, so that it's working all the time.
Thank you, everyone. And are there any demos?
Rupesh, one question: how close are we in terms of ability to add the CSV?
Almost, and like I think probably I will raise a PR today itself.
Okay, great. And
But still, like, I was
so,
looked for the APIs where you said like for
okay,
rephrasing the user
okay,
attributes.
okay. Um, so do this thing as well. Raise the PR because at least for any Friday thing, do add those additional buttons that Mardi
Okay.
was showing you. And if you can raise that even by end of your day today or early Monday morning, then we can consolidate everything before the stand up. That should not be a long task, right?
Yes, we will be also showing the buttons to rephrase the attributes and labels only if the user had two attributes, right?
Right. No, no, so I was also talking the buttons to be from the paid card.
Oh, cards,
Like those,
oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like for the time and everything. So rather than people typing 2025, it's like a small calendar people click. So like the ones which Marty showed us.
Yeah, actually, try to incorporate that, but it is not customizable for month and year. But still,
Mm-hmm.
I will have a deeper look now.
Okay.
Yeah. So just focused on the functionality
Okay.
for the uploading a CSV and encoding the data and showing it in the attributes and
Okay.
labels page.
Okay. And now with the UTS-8 reading, you don't have any issue with any symbols being cut, right? Or
Yeah, it's working now. Good. It's good now.
okay. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you. Does anyone have any demos?
I can show a demo.
Great.
So basically, I made this slide with 7 ideas to get us more followers on LinkedIn, and these are just like brainstorming ideas. So just like feel free to um, give any suggestions or comments or anything. Feel free to like strike it down. And so the first idea I got is in LinkedIn there is this newsletter session for each company. And
Wait, Lucy, it's sorry. It says click to exit full screen. I'm not sure if what you're sharing is what you mean to be sharing.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Let me. Okay, so I wouldn't zoom in, but like, so the first idea is.
Wait, now we see your Discord.
Wait, what? Sorry. Okay, I think it's working now. Okay, perfect. So the me and I researched we can probably like open this newsletter and just start posting our existing blogs on there, so it can get us more traction on LinkedIn, and probably like we can also get some more followers from this because like we already have a existing blog. I think we can utilize it more to get us more tractions on LinkedIn. And the second idea is that like maybe we can try hosting educational demo events, and we can like do some like showcase or like do like a public demo and showing how subconscious works, and try to like run an experiment or so and explaining the how to interpret the graphs, for example. And third is that LinkedIn has a premium 30-day free trial, and maybe like, and I have searched that like LinkedIn Premium does get you more exposure, and when somebody probably like when they're searching for market research platforms, your company will show up at the top. So that maybe like we can try using the 30 days free trial, and if it gets us more followers we just keep doing it, but like if it doesn't, like we can just like stop doing it, like it's like no cost. And the fourth idea is that maybe we can post about some like recommendations of books or papers or analysis. The goal is still to educate the public, and we can also try linking the book content to our model. And I know that like Florent like has a written book or something, maybe we can try posting that. Or I know that Sarah is also like really into these kind of like also books or like recommendations of books. And the fifth idea is that like, because I really like our experiment in the paper on the immigration policy, and I feel like maybe we can like do more about it. And yeah, and maybe like yeah, post about like different surprising findings and educate the public about biases.
I chime in like really quickly, Lucy, on this slide. Whenever like we were working on the video this morning, Avi, like we were even thinking like we can target certain businesses that we maybe want to work with and like run experiments and even like talk about those biases, because a lot of like immigration, that's a really big like word that people want to hear about because it's super popular in the news. SpaceX, like we can talk about, you know, that kind of studies that we've run, and that's like one, educating our audience, but also providing value, and we're still targeting at the same time with like those videos. That was kind of our idea with this slide. I just want to chime in with that part. Keep going.
Love it. Very good.
Yeah, and something I found interesting about like the immigration paper is that like how like the LLM models often have like biases as human does. Like maybe we can like mark that and just educate the public about how human biases contribute to these kind of like results. And the sixth one is, if we get like, I know Mia is working on this, if we get more like press release from different like tech newsletters, we can cross post it on LinkedIn, and so we can get more attraction. And here is a mock email Mia wrote about, and I'll show later, but like also I wrote some possible ideas for like maybe some good topics for press release here. And the seventh one is like maybe posting our breakthroughs from stand-up meetings. We can like try getting like notes from each meeting, and we can form some breakthroughs and achievements we got and elaborate on those discussions and generate a post, because I feel like our stand-up meetings are very interesting, and while people share their achievements and stuff, and I think we can maybe like utilize those. Yeah, and Mia, do you wanna show this email?
Yeah, it's so rough, and I was also, but I'm just trying to make something as like enticing as possible for a journalist. And there's also going to be a little bit like in the beginning of referencing like a specific article, whether it's about, you know, because something like they only write a lot of like tech and AI or AI and policy, so it would have to be a little like picking out some like phrases from their own articles to help incorporate like why they would be interested in writing about us. And this first like pitch is just about the company, but I want to probably make a few more, like maybe like 2 more templates with some of our like specific studies that someone can pick up on, and then giving like an exclusive with like Avi on like the end, because I was talking to my friend that works in PR, and she says that a lot of journalists like to get those exclusive interviews because it helps with their writing content. And this also like allows us in ways to like write our own narrative about like our company and like to the public, and like our positive impact. So, but it's kind of what this like. But this is just about like pitching the company. This specific pitch is really rough though.
No, this is really good. This is that's exactly the way like a PR agency works, right? That's exactly what we need to be doing. Mia, can you and Lucy execute, 2 of these initiatives every day, like emailing a reporter and posting a stand-up clip or something like that every single day? And then after, after whatever, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, we'll maybe have enough data to start optimizing.
Yeah, I want to finish like 2 templates today, and then I feel like by Monday, my PR friend gave me this thing. It's called like Yam extension, where it's like a free extension and it helps you do like mass emails at once, and they use a lot for PR. So I think I'm gonna try that out and see how that works.
I use Yam.
Do you like it?
It's great.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I didn't even know about it. She told me. I was like, wait, this actually will help with it a lot faster.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we want to do our best to like execute, so we can like figure out what we need to like improve. Because the faster we get out, the more we'll know how to like tackle the problems that were occurring.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Now's exactly the time to like really hit these initiatives hard, because now we're doing fundraising, so like to sync up, the public noise, the private noise, that's really powerful.
Any like suggestions or comments on any of those ideas, like from the public?
But into like our marketing sales chat, like if you guys have any ideas of like interesting articles that you find, book recommendations, something that you've seen on the news that like we could run an experiment on, like things that are valuable, just like put in our marketing channel, and more ideas like the better. It takes like a whole village sometimes with like social media a little bit and like engaging the public.
Yeah.
That's right. First suggestion, subscribe to Quartz, CNN, Google News. That's where you get the latest and greatest news. You want to be up to date. That's like what's going to be running the ticker, if you will, right? They provide like the latest updates and articles around what's most pressing for the most important companies, our target companies. So I've been doing that previously to see, where I should pay my attention. An example of like a good opportunity is like Delta recently announced, according to a news article, that they want to invest $1 billion in AI systems to improve their traveler customer experience at gates at airports, right? That's an immediate trigger. Let's be on that. We know exactly what they're aiming for, what their goal is, what their outcome. We can start even running experiments that are relevant for them. So that would be a good example,
Yeah, that's the end of our demo, like, yeah, and any suggestions would be like greatly appreciated, but that's it.
Very nice.
Very good.
I love that. I think the second or third one, where you say that we can have like a half an hour, 1 hour demo, which like people can attend and we should run and show. Because I think that's how a lot of the new companies get a lot of traction. People just come, see, they like it. I think that is something nice. I mean, I'm subscribed to one or two. There's one, what is it called? Some database company. They literally have one every other week, and people go. So maybe we can have one every fortnight. So that will also be nice.
You sound like Shakespeare. Fortnite. Wow. Look at that. I agree. Is that like just curious about is that like a webinar event kind of thing where it's like we're hosting this at this time, everyone join, it's going to be recorded, and we're going to cover a particular topic or use case and give you a demo using our platform.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's actually a great asset for onboarding, for the knowledge base, like great idea. So dissecting the platform experience based on use case. Wow. I love that. Great idea.
Because then the chances are somebody like really good stumbles upon it. Maybe what we do is not that great at that time. They come up with some new idea and it really improves. So
right.
That way, that will be really nice.
Let's do that. Why don't we set a date?
Yeah.
Let's apply. I like working towards dates. So Lucy, Mia, what's a good date to kind of plan and target for that? Otherwise, it just stays in the queue, right? Like let's work towards that goal.
So I would say let's plan the first one maybe first week of March.
First week of March.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. So define what the use case is or goal, right?
Yeah, I'll come up with something, some context. We'll decide, okay, this is how we're gonna run. Or maybe we can start actually. Yeah, let's first start with a normal experiment, and then we'll go into, okay, this is how we replicate and test if LLM is close enough to humans. So the second one will be about like human based. And then we can alternate. Maybe one time it's some replication of a paper, sometime it's just a normal experiment. And we see
Got it.
How it goes.
Kind of like a playlist or like a campaign. Stay tuned for next week for like how we, help sales teams, look at consumer segmentation and pitching or something like that. And then stay tuned for the following week where we partner with marketing professionals to kind of like teach them how they can leverage the tool for this other outcome. I love that. That's great. Great.
So who's going to own that?
That's right. That's the follow-up.
I can lead that.
Wow. All right.
Lucy and Mia, can you help? Can you help him?
I have Atish and Chin. They can replicate. So I have some help.
Yeah, I'm following Avi. Lucy and Mia, who wants to be the marketing champion to help support Zabot on this initiative?
I can do it.
All right. So we have a date, we have an owner, or a series of owners. Let's draft something ahead of time so that we can plan accordingly. And as you said, Mia, it takes a village. So count on me and Avi to help.
You got it.
For event planning too, there's this thing called lu.ma. It's great, it's free. I use it all the time.
Great.
That's Luma stuff, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the demo. Happy weekend.
I hope everyone feels loved today.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Friday.
I will say ominously, and people who know will know, remember you are loved.
Aww.